Starting strong. Oh boy. I don't know if I want to shoot that one. I don't know where my little thing went. Danielle, my biggest fan. What is up? Carter, what's up? Welcome back, brother. We'll center punch that. The new insert should be here in a matter of days. I don't know why it's not here yet. We've had a whole lot of issues with that. Had to order a different one, but we're getting there. Back Mountain, what's up, brother? How are you doing? It's cold, man. I know you're in Pennsylvania. You know it's cold. I'm ready to center punch a deer. That's where I'm at. Been a while. Danielle, you're not kidding. I got the wood stove on, but I just fired it up. I mean, you can see. So we're living the dream right now. It's a cold one. Pretty decent group, though. We'll take that. We'll throw some more wood on while people hop on. Walt, what's up, brother? How are you doing? Heather, what's up? What's up? Back Mountain, how'd you do, man? I know you were. I know you're talking about whether or not you wanted to hunt late season. Did you end up getting after it or not really? There you go, Walt. Hell yeah, man. And if we're not subbed to you, I'll make sure we get subbed to you after this after the live. On the bright side, the beer is cold, guys. So hell yeah. You didn't get out at all? Well, I'll tell you what. Tony and I had a pretty crazy experience late season. We saw an unbelievable amount of deer. We had a great late season. We had a horrible late season in some aspects. You know, I know one day this week, Tony and I both had deer within 10 yards of us, and we didn't harvest any deer. So it's, you know, late season is not easy. I know I was hunting. This is my first week really hunting from the ground, like giving it an honest effort. I hunted from the ghillie suit, and it was great. I had, in a ghillie suit in an open field, I had deer within 10 yards of me. Like, I can't be mad about that. I didn't execute well, but that's my own fault, you know? And if I never do it and I don't ever give it an honest effort, then how am I ever going to get good at it, you know? Pure Alaska, what's up, bud? How are you doing, man? Yeah, Back Mountain, it was wild, dude. It was a good night. It was a great night. I saw a lot of deer that night. Just, you know, I messed up on my part, and I didn't get a shot, so can't be mad about that. And then I got the rope dangling from my ceiling. Tony and I were supposed to go live the other night because we were practicing some straight rope technique climbing, SRT climbing. You know, if you're a saddle hunter and you want to be able to get up in every single tree that's out there, stay tuned because we're going to show you guys how to do it. We've come up with some stuff that we feel is really safe. We didn't want to release anything until we knew it was safe to do. WP, what's up, brother? How are you doing? How's everybody doing? Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate everybody. I know Tony and I have been slacking a little bit on our end. We haven't been doing the lives super religiously like we were. I apologize for that. We've been trying, but we've been hunting so hard late season. It's been hard to keep up with it. And it's not over yet. We got 2 more weeks in Maryland. Tony and I both have red tag opportunities, so we might be able to get after it in the spring a little bit. Corey, what's up? What's up? Missouri, how'd your season end up, brother? I haven't heard from you in a little bit. How'd you end up doing? Dude, it's got to be like 10 degrees in my garage right now. This is disgusting. What kind of bow is this? William, this is a Samick Sage knockoff. It's an $80 bow. If you look on our channel, I have a full review and a link to this particular bow on there. It's fantastic. I've taken 4 deer with it. Bass, yes, we do love fishing, and we're going to get into that content here in the next couple weeks. Hopefully after I do that, to at least 1 or 2 more deer. Hopefully. We'll see. She's loaded up. We got the Broadheads in there. She's ready to go, guys. She's ready to go. In other news, I've had a lot of like personal stuff going on lately too. I'm just going to come out and say it. So I had my FedRec board, which is a board you go through, and they, you know, there's a colonel, the CCWO for your state, which is the Chief Command Warrant Officer, and then the a senior warrant officer in your field. So I had to go before that board, and they've decided that I am eligible to go to warrant officer candidate school. So that is all set. I am booked here in the near future for school. So I've had that going on. I was studying for that interview a whole lot and just prepping for that. I've got another job interview coming up here tomorrow, and instead of prepping for that, I'm out here with you guys. So, is it cold there? Yeah, it's super cold. Hey, mods, thank you. Back Mountain, I appreciate that, brother. But this is where the work begins, because I mean, I'm sure you understand how much work is about to go in school. It's not an easy course. As far as Army schools go, it's rather difficult. So we'll see how it goes. You know, I'm just going to give it my best effort, and I'm sure it'll be successful. You know, no quit in anything we do in life. You know. I know, like Tony and my claim to fame was like the no quit ethos. You know what I mean? And whether it's hunting or fishing, like that's a good ethos to live by. But just in anything you do in life, like we embody that. You know. We're shooting pretty good tonight. The bow sounds really quiet. Once you get the quiver on there and the arrows aren't rattling, it really quiets it down. Back Mountain, I apologize if I missed answering you. I feel like I did. How much does the arrow weigh? The arrows I'm shooting right now these are 650 grain arrows. Dade, if you got a question, just say it, man. Launch it, as long as it's appropriate. Brody, what's up, what's up? How's everybody doing? Dude, Edgar, it is so cold here. I got the wood stove going, but it's not doing a whole lot because I just fired it up. I got to throw more wood on it, honestly. Oh, no. Well, time for another target, I guess. Completely split this one in half. Lovely. Oh, goodness. Well, guys, the insert for that comes tomorrow. I've had a lot of issues because I ordered one originally off of eBay. From a trusted seller, and I had a lot of issues with like the shipping, so I ordered a second one off of Amazon, and now my target is gone. So time to replace the target, I guess. It was good while it lasted. We've only put about 10,000 arrows into that thing, so it is what it is. I think I have my other one right outside. Give me a minute, guys. I'll be right back. Show buff. Yeah, guys, if you don't keep that chat clean, Back Mountain's going to get you. Where are you from and how cold is it? Nate, so I am from Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania. I don't know, it's 5 degrees outside right now. It's probably about 10 in here. The wood stove's just fired up. I should have had it going 2 hours ago if I wanted it to be, 40 degrees in here. Have I killed deer? Heather, yeah, you know this. You've been on the chat long enough. You know I've killed a handful of deer this year. The one that's going to haunt me was this last week, though. That's the one. Out of all the deer that I should have taken this year, that is the one. On the ground, within 20 yards, and I blew the opportunity. But that's okay. It's a learning curve, guys. Hunting from the ground is not easy. But we learned a lot of stuff. We learned the ghillie suit is a super effective alternative if you're out in open, like rolling fields. That's like waist high CRP and not a lot else around. We've learned that a lot of these does that we see that are 10 years old are very killable if we can just take advantage. Why do I shoot deer? That's a great question. Man, I don't even know. We dropped down to 24 people. We lost everybody. That's good. Perfect. I think it's still rolling. If anybody can let me know if you can see me in the chat, that would be fantastic. I know it went black for a second there, but I don't know what's going on now. That was high. Good now? Alrighty, Corey, I appreciate it. Looks like we're back up on our folks too. Why do we shoot deer? So, number one, I like putting meat in the freezer. Number two, it's an enjoyable way for me to get out in the woods. And number three, we're actually helping the deer. It's one of these things that people don't tend to see. If you have extreme high number deer herds, like disease is going to run rampant through those herds. Like it's going to just decimate them, If you look at what EHD has done in Maryland in the past couple of years, it's been pretty awful. So, close enough. I got a beer slushy tonight. It's freezing up as I'm sitting here. There you go, Shibe. Hell yeah. Yeah, we use all the deer, I make a ton of jerky. I know Shibe brought over some of the best bologna I've ever had. Bologna. Tim's been making deer sticks. I use it for roasts. He's using it for spaghetti. We use a lot of grind, We use a lot of deer meat. And I'm not going to say it's free. It's definitely not cost effective when you look at just buying the meat in the grocery store versus spending all the money that we do on bows, arrows, all that stuff. But there's a certain amount of pride that goes along with it too, Plus, you're not just eating a cow that's been sitting in a cage its whole life or eating grain and eating all that stuff that they're not supposed to eat. Injected with hormones, all that crazy stuff. You're eating something that you took locally that's eating what nature has provided for it. Alaska hit the nail on the head there. Knowing where your food comes from is a big part of it. Lions fan, what was the overall score on that thing? Sounds like a giant, man. Congratulations. I don't think I've ever even seen a 15 point in Pennsylvania. Not that they don't exist. I've seen a couple on the pages, but. Thapua, what's up, what's up? I'm doing good. I'm tired. It's cold, but I haven't been on in a while, so I wanted to get on and talk to you guys. So, Diesel Brothers, deer hunting can be cost effective. It absolutely can be. If you spend $1,500 on a new bow every couple of years, then no, there's no way. I don't know. To me, it's not cost effective. It's not about being cost effective. It's about, like what Bud said, what Alaska said, knowing where my meat comes from. There's a certain pride with harvesting it yourself. I know how my meat is handled by the butcher because I butcher all my own meat, Like people don't even take that part into consideration. Like they slaughter the animal. How long does that animal sit for? Or they use like cryo freezing methods and all this stuff. Like it's crazy. Ben, what's up? What's up? Lions fan, you must be from like the Midwest or something. You got some big deer out there, man. Rabio, I'm shooting. Cindy, what's up? What's up? That's in the way. These higher angle shots where like I'm aiming straight on or up a little bit are really a struggle for me. So it's probably good practice. What bow is this? This is a knockoff of a Samick Sage. It's an $80 bow. We've got a full review and link on the channel if you wanna check it out. Eating some deer jerky. I got some meat thawing in the fridge inside to do that. And of course, that's the one that doesn't light up. Why would it? India, I appreciate it. I don't think my goal is to become a legend, but, one of our goals from the channel is just kind of revive hunting. It's a dying sport. And if we can kind of unite a community, because it's so torn apart right now, if we can bring some people together and grow a sport that we love, that'd be awesome. If I can get some people into the trad bows and starting this journey along the way, even better. Fishing girl, what up, what up? Bass Fishing Productions, thank you. Duck Hunter, welcome back, brother. How are you doing? Duck Hunter, that's awesome. Have I tried a bare bow? Yes, Jonathan, I have. I have not been super impressed. And don't take what I say as gospel. I am by no means an expert, and a lot of traditional archery comes down to preference, okay? So I absolutely love this bow, but it doesn't mean you're going to love this bow. So you need to go and you need to shoot some bows. It's the same as like Matthews versus Hoyt, all this stuff, right? There's a lot of factors that come into play. I'm a bigger guy. I like a longer bow. The bare bows tend to be 58 inches, okay? So they stack, meaning the weight adds up quickly past 28-inch draw. Where can you get one? Smiley. I've got a full video review and a link on our channel if you want to go check it out. And I'm not getting paid to say this to you guys. I'm just saying it because I think this is a great bow. And I think you should start super cheap on the recurve you get if you want to get into traditional archery. Start cheap on the bow, upgrade your string, and get good arrows. The Easton Legacy arrows, these are actually the Fred Eichler edition. You don't need to go this expensive. The other ones I'm shooting are relatively cheap. They're about $10 an arrow, which is not super expensive when you get into the world of traditional archery, but they're fantastic arrows. I can go pull them and show them to you. But the Easton Legacy arrows have been great to me. They made a world of difference in my shooting. No, Nicholas, if you're starting out with traditional archery, do not start out with 60 pounds. I started out with 45 pounds. With my draw length, that's actually about 53 pounds. I'm a big dude. Like I work out, I'm in the Army. Don't do it. This is a 35-pound bow. I've taken 4 deer with this bow and 1 with a long bow that I got this year. 40 or 35 pounds is perfect for hunting, and it's great for practice. I'll sit here and I'll shoot 200 rounds in front of you guys tonight. Just start light. Just trust me. I know, like most guys, like I was the same way. I have a bow that I never shoot anymore inside. Just start light. Just take it from me, please. If you take one thing out of this, it doesn't matter what bow you get, just start light on the poundage. And I think that's something most people who are in the traditional archery community will agree on. They might not agree on the particular poundage, you know, like I'm a big advocate, start at 25 pounds. Other people say start at 35 pounds, whatever the case is, you know. I think 35 pounds is certainly light enough. If you're a bigger guy, you're a stronger guy, younger guy, like you can get away with 35 pounds. But the lighter you start, the better your form is going to be, because it forces you to shoot better. Like it does. You know, if you start lighter, you can't hide any flaws in your form. The arrow's not moving fast enough. Like your form has to be perfect, and it's gonna help you. Like it just is. So sorry if I'm rambling. I'll keep shooting. I know you guys like that. Also, guys, fun fact, I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but Tony and I might be doing a joint live here with another local YouTuber. They've grown their following a little bit in the past, I don't know, like the past month. They've jumped up quite a bit, and they want to do a debate on allowing crossbows in archery season versus not allowing crossbows in archery season. And I know you guys know that me and Tony fully support the use of crossbows, so you already know what side we're on. But coming down the pipeline, we'll make sure we give you a specific date, but that might be coming up here at some point. No, I don't ATV. Bobby Sanders, yes, you can buy the G8. Absolutely. Reach out to me on Facebook, Pain Train Outdoors. I'll respond with my personal account. You can buy it. We'll work something out. Lions fan, if you want to buy it, yes. Anybody can buy the G8. I'm trying to get rid of it. What argument against crossbows is there? Well, the Duck 307. You know, a lot of people think they don't have a place in archery season. Myself and Tony, we are not those people. We fully support anybody just hunting in general, you know, with whatever means is legal. And I fully support like whatever is going to be the most ethical for somebody, you know. Does it work? The G8 works. It has a failed lifter. Yes, it's a V8. And honestly, if you wanted me to spend the $300 on LS7 lifters and replace it, I would absolutely do that for you. If that's the deal breaker, then that's what I'll do. But I don't have the time and energy to put into it unless I know I have a dedicated buyer. Lions fan, it's Pain Train Outdoors. It's the same as our YouTube, but it's just on Facebook. And then I will see that message and I will reach out to you with my personal Facebook. No, it's not worth 20K. I'm trying to get rid of it for like 5,500, 6K, something like that. If I'm going to put the effort in and you know, pull the motor and put the lifters in, then I'm going to sell it for more. That's why I'm trying to just get rid of it for like 5,500. But you know, we can work something out. I can send pictures. We can do whatever. Hey, Jonathan, that's an awesome bow. That would be an absolutely fantastic hunting bow. But if you want to practice and really like perfect your form, I would highly recommend you spend the $80, get a cheap bow that's lighter in poundage, you know, maybe 25, maybe 30 pounds, and then work on it. Tony and I didn't get serious about the trad bows until July, and my hunting season started August 1st. August 2nd, I took my first deer with the trad bow. So in a matter of a month, I have, you know, you took somebody who who rarely shot a trad bow. I did have one. I had one for a year before, but it was an Olympic style trad bow. My arrows weren't tuned. My form wasn't good. And I would shoot in the backyard occasionally, you know. In a matter of 30 days, you took somebody who basically had never shot or never really been serious with traditional archery, and I was hunting worthy, and I took my first deer August 2nd with a trad bow. Do I hunt with a gun? No, Diesel, I haven't hunted with a gun. I said I was going to do it this year, and I didn't do it. I lied to you guys, and I apologize. Guys, if you're looking for our Facebook, it's Pain Train Outdoors. 3 words. Space in between the words. That was a little high. The tip on for these arrows is like 18 yards. I'm shooting at about 9, so they're going to be impacting a little high, and that's just what it is. Does it have a cam in the car? It doesn't have an upgraded cam, Noah. It has the stock cam with it. But the cam is in there. And so what happened was I was replacing some stuff on the suspension. I was replacing the strut mount bushings. I'd just gotten done with that. I went to start it up, and I heard the lifter tick. I immediately shut it off. I don't know what the cam looks like. It's probably okay because it wasn't running for more than 2 seconds or 3 seconds. But I can't guarantee anything. Like I said, if somebody is willing to spend the extra money, if I have a serious buyer who's willing to spend the extra money, I'll replace the lifters. I don't have a problem doing that. The lifter's like $300. It's just a lot of work. I'm in central Pennsylvania, guys. I don't want to say I'm instinctual, but like sometimes when I draw back and I don't sit there and really aim, I kind of just like do a quick aim and release. Like I just shoot so much better. I don't know what it is. But yeah, well, so Bobby, here's my thing, right? If I'm going to keep the car, I'd really, really like to do like a hog ass cam, a new converter, and then the DOD delete. It does not have the DOD delete done on it. So, yeah. Am I close to Westchester? I'm about an hour and 15 minutes from Westchester, not too far. I'm up just north of Harrisburg. I'm not super far. But yeah, well, then there you go, Bobby. Like that's perfect for you, man. And like I said, like we can negotiate something. I'm just kind of looking to get it out of my garage at this point, which is unfortunate because I really love the car, but it's so time consuming, and I gotta get rid of it. I'm at that point. All right, Bobby, I'll check it out after the live, man. Is it going to be broken if I start it? Yeah, it has a failed lifter, so if you start it, it's still going to have a failed lifter. It's not going to magically fix itself unless I go in and pull the motor and replace it. Fix the car and you'll buy it for $10K. See, like it sounds like Lions fan is a a seriously interested buyer, or Bobby is a seriously interested buyer. You reach out and we can figure something out. Noah, yeah. If you guys are serious about buying the car, we can figure something out. You got to reach out to me. I'll reach out on my personal Facebook account, not the YouTube, not the, the page Facebook. But hello from Russia. What's up? What's up? Do you like bows? Moonlight, what's up? What's up? This is normally an archery channel, but I think it's turned into an auction for my G8. So, yeah, Lions fan. After this, when I'm done with the live, I'll message you back, man. Backwoods or Ben, where's Alice at? It's weird that she's not on. Anybody hear from her lately? How much is the car? Why is this turned into a selling my car live? I already told other people like 5,500, 6K, we'll negotiate something and go with that. Joey Moore, this is a knockoff. It's a clone of the Samick Sage. It's an $80 bow. I have a link on the channel if you're looking to get it. Lions fan, you don't want to buy the car, but can I still message you? Sure, I guess. Bring us to the car. Y'all are wild. You guys are out of pocket tonight. I thought it was sold. Heather, I thought I've sold this car like 10 times over on the lives. Do I like the bow? Yeah, Joey, for an entry-level bow, I think this thing is fantastic. And I don't think you can go wrong with this bow. I have taken 4 deer with this bow this year. I've taken one with a long bow that I got as well. It's my first year using the trad bow. I don't think you can go wrong with it. We're getting into an auction for my car tonight. Like, I don't know what this turned into, but I don't know how to feel about it. Yeah, Heather, nobody has shot the tires on this car, I promise. It's just deflated because it's cold. How much do I want for the brick wall? Now we're just auctioning off my garage. Oh, jeez. There we go. Almost all of them in the diamonds. That one on the right is like half an inch high, but I'll take that. I'll take that. Can I please message you? Yeah, Lions. After my live, I can message you. I said that, brother. What limb-mounted quiver? Moonlight. So this is from Three Rivers Archery. It's their micro quiver, I believe is what they call it. I don't think I have a video or anything on this. I was kind of just seeing if I like it. And I really do. If you're running, like I have the Fred Eichler arrows, which are 5mm arrows, not the regular like 6.5, which I think is the industry standard. And they hold them really well. So yeah, this quiver is fantastic. I don't think you can go wrong with this. When will the live end? If you keep asking, I'm gonna keep the live going until tomorrow morning. Yeah, Moonlight. I don't think you can go wrong with this, especially if you're running the smaller diameter arrows. That's a 400 spine. What's going on with that? Ain't nobody got time for that. There we go. Had to find one. I want to shoot a broadhead. Heather, I definitely did not shoot a tire on the G8. No, it's an 09, Bobby. They were 08 and 09. Mine's an 09. Asdin, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You'll give me $100,000 for the car. I think you're just trolling right now. Carter, thanks for hopping on. I appreciate you, brother. Sorry we didn't get to talk too much, but I'll see you later. Fishing Girl is here. If y'all don't keep, if y'all keep playing, I'm just going to gift the car to Fishing Girl. Those arrows, so the arrow just shot is my hunting arrow. That's about 100 grains lighter than the rest of them, so I'm a little high. Heather, I'm not shooting the car again. Knock that off. Cowboy! No, Cowboy, if you look at I don't know if you watched the channel or not. I know you watched the channel. I don't know if you watched the last short I put out. I had a deer within 10 yards the other night. I was in an open field, like nothing but CRP, like waist-high CRP, right? I had a deer get within 10 yards. Unfortunately, I had a really, really good shot at 18 yards. A car went by on the road, so she was looking that way. I should have popped up and shot her, but with all the brush in the way, I just wasn't confident in the shot. And then when she got into 10 yards, like she didn't see me exactly, but she knew something was off. And so at that point, she was already kind of moving. I still consider it a success. Like this is the first time, this last week has been the first time I've given ground hunting a serious effort, you know? What's the biggest animal? Smiley, we hunt white-tailed deer. I took a 209-pound buck this year. That would be the biggest. It had already shed its antlers, but they aged it at 4.5 years old. It was 209 pounds live weight. Jackson, it wouldn't be catastrophic to shoot the wall, but I don't want to do that. Looking at a quality takedown in the 60 to 80, got a preference. Jonathan, if you're talking like the 60 to 80 poundage range, I don't think you should go that heavy at all. There's no reason to go that heavy. My opinion, you know, unless you mean the dollar range, in which case, if you're talking price tag, like this bow right here, it's a knockoff of the Samick Sage. I have the whole like review and link on the channel if you want to go check it out, but this bow is fantastic. It's a knockoff of the Samick Sage, Esteban. Full video review on the channel, guys. Just go check it out. Like if you want to help support our channel, go see the video, comment, like it, and then you get you have the link to it and all the other good stuff. I'm not getting paid to tell you that. I'm just telling you because I like the bow and I've taken 4 deer with it. And it's my first year hunting. It's my first year hunting with recurves. It is my 3rd year hunting overall. And I want to give you guys good information. So. So I think that's the other thing that like Tony and I are really making an effort to do. There's so many other channels that sell out to the first people who give them a sponsorship and they start endorsing their products and pushing that stuff. And Tony and I, we're not at that point yet, but when we get to that point, we will not push any products to you guys that we don't feel will help you harvest animals. We just won't do it. I don't believe in scent control. I don't believe in camo. Like the ghillie suit is fantastic because it actually helps break up your figure or your appearance your silhouette as a person, But other than that, like regular camo, I don't believe it does anything. The buck I took this year, I was wearing my flannel. So we will not push products to you because we're trying to sell you something. How do you get a tree stand on public land? Moonlight, we saddle hunt. I actually have my saddle set up right here. So this is what I carry. It's about, I don't know, 1 to 2 pounds. It's not super heavy. I got my bridge, I rope into the tree and I work my way up it. As you can see, the rope is still dangling from my ceiling. Tony and I were practicing some new climbing methods, and we're gonna bring that to you guys here once we've tested them a little bit and we know they're safe. Like we don't want to push anything to you guys that's gonna get anybody hurt. But once we've tested it, we're gonna show you guys some different climbing methods to get up some extra trees. Saddle hunting is the way to go back mountain. And from what Tony and I are learning from my experience this year, there were several trees, I can think of at least 3 off the top of my head, that were so wide I couldn't get a stick around them. So I had to go to SRT climbing, and I had to do it on the fly with the equipment I have, and I always have a little bit of extra rope with me. So I was able to tie a prusik. I was able to work some other knots in there and get up a tree. So Ben, you can crash at anybody's place. I think Tony's got like 2 extra bedrooms though. He's got a nicer house, but I've got the garage to shoot in. So depends on the time of year. How does the saddle work? So Smiley, or Fishing Girl, because I think that's who you said who you were. Basically, normally I have a climbing stick. I'm looking for it. Hang on one second. Have it ready. Let's talk saddle hunting. As you know, I didn't really plan on going here tonight, but I got all the stuff, so it's a really good night for it, right? So I do what's called one sticking. Okay, so I have this with me, just my climbing stick, and this is how I work my way up the tree. So basically, we'll get there. Hang on, guys. Hang on, we're getting there. So this cool little device goes around the tree. It goes through the cam cleat, which secures it. I pull on it, and it locks it, right? And then I've got my aider. So I place this up above my head in the tree. And from there, I'm able to work about 6 to 7 feet with each climb. When I get to the top of my climbing stick, I rope back in with the tether. I'm roped in the whole time. I'm moving the tether up the tree, but I rope in, I give it a good tug, make sure I'm secure, and then I hang there. While I'm hanging there, I pull it off the tree, I move it back up, and then I've got another, 5 to 6 feet in the tree. So that is my primary method for saddle hunting, for getting up trees. I don't like carrying 4 or 5 sticks with me. This is super light. It weighs 1 to 2 pounds. So my whole kit, early season when I'm not carrying extra clothing and nonsense with me, it only 6, 7 pounds, maybe. It's not much. It's not much at all. So if you're a public land hunter, I think the best thing you can do is start saddle hunting. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you it's the most comfortable thing, because it's probably not. For an all-day sit, it's probably not my first choice, but I also rarely do all-day sits. I think I've done one of them the whole season. And even then, I think I got down and switched trees, so I don't know if I'd even consider that an all-day sit. But for the versatility it offers, I think that's the way to go. Kobe, this is a knockoff of the Samick Sage. This is an $80 bow. I've taken 4 deer with this bow this year. It's fantastic. I think for anybody new to hunting or new to traditional archery, it's a great idea. What's the PSI? I don't know what you're referring to. Ben, during rifle season, I don't hunt public land, and if I do, it's archery only areas. So I'm not going to disagree with you on that one. You asked where I'm from. I'm from Pennsylvania, guys. Sorry if I missed something in the chat. FPS is probably what they meant. These shoot... What is going on? Yo, Fishing Girl's getting worked up, and I'm here for it. Smiley, if you piss off Fishing Girl, you're gone from the channel. Like, that's it. She is merciless. She's just gonna delete you, and honestly, I'm here for it. So, don't mess with her. Shoo! That's not what you want, though. Quiver did not do a good job right there. To be fair, you're probably supposed to cut little inserts in your quiver to actually hold your arrows. I have not done that. You can kind of just turn it at an angle though too, and it holds them in there better. I gotta tighten this up a little bit. That's my own fault. I haven't done that yet. Do I like the Pittsburgh Steelers? Honestly, I don't follow football at all. There's about zero desire for me to follow football. I just don't have it. I've never really liked it. It just is what it is. Sorry if you're a football fan. Draw weight, do I make my own bows? Yes, Michael, so in the vise right here, you can kind of see it. I've got a bow that I'm working on. This bow is a 35-pound bow. I draw to 31 inches, so I'm drawing about 43 to 45 pounds with it. I haven't measured it, but it should be in there. So Jackson, what's up? What's up? This is, like I said, guys, this is a clone of the Samick Sage. It's a Samick Sage knockoff. It's probably made in the same factory in China, but it's a fantastic shooting bow. I think if you're new to traditional archery, you can't go wrong for $80. You know, what do you have to lose? You upgrade the string. Don't go with the string that they send with it. Like, it's okay, but definitely get an upgraded string and get good quality arrows for it. You know, the Eastern Legacies have been fantastic for me. And that's about that. Learn how to bare shaft tune your arrows, you know? And then you'll start hitting the diamonds every time, you know? It's crazy how that works. A time shared. We get wild on this sometimes. I'm not getting super hammered tonight, but we're drinking a little bit. But Osage or shagbark hickory. Yeah, so Michael, this is actually my first attempt at a bow. It's a board bow. It's red oak. Nothing crazy. I've got a couple staves of black walnut that I plan on making bows from. I'm just you know, working with it. So as the hunting season dies down, we've got 2 weeks left of Maryland's hunting season. As this dies down, like I will spend more time working on the bows. I'm doing a full-length video for it, like a 45-minute film for it. So, Kobe, you can absolutely use your same arrows that you use for your compound. The only thing I will tell you is you need feathers, not the rubber fletchings. You know, the feathers allow the arrow to pass over the riser. And, you know, obviously they flex, they bend. The rubber is going to throw you off tremendously. Don't go with the rubber fletchings. Just don't do it. It's not going to end well. Ben, one day I will. I mean, I'm shooting pretty good tonight. Like, I have the confidence. I probably could, but arrows for hunting. Yeah, so, I mean, as you can see here, this is my hunting setup. I could take this bow out right now and have complete confidence in it. These are the Easton Legacy arrows. This is the Fred Eichler edition. They're more expensive. All of the deer I've taken so far this year, except for one, have been with the regular Easton Legacies. I think they're great arrows for hunting. You can't go wrong with them, and they're affordably priced. Michael, the black walnut, like, this is one of the motivations for me to use it, is it just looks so good, you know? Once you have the bow finished up, like, it just looks so good. So, alrighty, Michael, I'll see you, man. Thanks for hopping on. We'll shoot at my phone. Well, I will shoot at my phone. I can't let you shoot at my phone, but use rifles for hunting. TX, you know, I don't even have words for that. You know, cool. Hunt with whatever you're confident with. It is what it is. How are the wife and daughter? You know, the wife and daughter are doing really good. I've gotten to spend a good bit of time with them over the last couple of weeks. You know, not doing the lives every single night has allowed me to spend a little bit more time with them. So it's awesome. You know, the daughter's growing up so fast. It's crazy. Every day I get back home from work and she's learned another word. You know, she's only 19 months old. So, but it's crazy how fast they learn. Down to earth, yeah. Like, hunting from the ground is an art. It's certainly hard to master. But if you give it an honest effort, just like anything in hunting, I think you're going to get good at it. And there's so many places where these deer, like where we hunt, there's a ton of mature does. And you know what they do? They avoid the big trees that are climbable. They don't go anywhere near them. So if you want to have a shot at them, you gotta do it from the ground. 13 months. That's awesome. The toddler stage is like, I have a love-hate relationship with it. You know, like one day I come home from work and my daughter's like, Dad! And she comes up, she runs up and gives me a kiss. And then other days it's like I go to give her a hug and she wants nothing to do with me. So, you know, toddlers, they're great. Kobe, there's two primary methods for aiming with these bows. The The first being gap shooting, which is what I would recommend to everybody starting out with it. And I'll keep shooting here because we're kind of losing some viewers. But basically, when I draw back, I'm aiming with the tip of the arrow, right? And so you can build your arrow so that way you have a set tip-on distance. And what that means is that like 18 yards, if I aim with the tip, that's where my arrow impacts. So anything closer than that, I know I need to aim down a little bit. Anything further than that, I try not to shoot, but you could aim up a little bit. It's easier to aim down because you can still see it versus aiming up. You lose the target behind the arrow. So. The other primary method that people use is instinctual, meaning they just draw back, they keep both eyes open, and they release, and then through repetition, it's kind of like throwing a ball. Through repetition, they just build that muscle memory, and, they're able to hit where they're aiming. I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. I think a lot of people, after getting into traditional archery and starting with gap shooting, they tend to go to some form of instinctual. And I'm just naming those two because there's others, like there's split vision and there's other methods of aiming. But these are what I would consider the two primary methods. So. And gap shooting with properly tuned arrows got me hunting ready in a month. Shooting every night, I was ready to hunt with this bow, and I harvested my first deer it was a month and like 2 days, a month and 1 day, whatever it was. A month after I really got serious and started shooting the recurve every night. And I had to learn how to gap shoot. Somebody had to teach me how to do it. Luckily, the owner of the bow shop nearby is a big traditional archery fan and or enthusiast, I guess is what I should say. And so he kind of taught me how to build my arrow for a tip-on distance, and he pretty much got me hunting ready. I wouldn't have been there without him. So I really can't thank him enough. But I'm trying to bring that information to you guys as well. You don't need to spend years practicing with a recurve before you're hunting ready. You need to have a properly tuned arrow, and you need to have a shooting method that works for you. And I think gap shooting or aiming with the tip of the arrow is the easiest way to do it to get you hunting ready. Is Alice here? There she is. Alice, what's up? What's up? I said earlier, I was like, has anybody heard from Alice lately? I haven't heard from her. How is she doing? I can get some more wood on that fire. I can tell it's dying down. It's like 3 degrees colder. Let me get some wood on that. She hot. Uh-oh. I see messages are getting blocked. People are getting put in timeout. Don't mess around with the moderators, guys. They don't play those games. What's the knock tool I have? So Kobe, this is a knock tool I believe it's Nocturnal's own tool that they sell. It just has a little, I don't know if you can see that or not. My hands would work. Has a little like nub on it that you use to pop in and turn the Nocturnals off. It's built specifically for those. It's sold by Nocturnal, but I wouldn't be recommending Nocturnals if I had to. Like I said, I'm not going to recommend products that I don't stand behind. We've had a lot of Nocturnals fail on us this year, and I can't in good conscience recommend them to you guys anymore. I just can't do it. And I personally don't buy them anymore. I've switched to the Halo Nox. That was further right than it should have been. Dewano, what's up? What's up? Alf, I appreciate it. I'm trying. I've probably put 10,000 shots through my recurves and longbows in the last, I don't know, 5 months. We do this a lot. It's not uncommon for me to come out here and shoot 200 rounds a night, or 200 arrows. I don't know where my shoulders will be in the next 20 years, but it is what it is. I'm hitting where I'm aiming, so, that's what's important. But, alrighty, guys. Well, the beer has run dry. I have more in the cooler, but I'm not cracking another one tonight. Pound, draw length, arrow length, spine. Okay. This is a 35-pound Samick Sage clone. It's a knockoff of the Samick Sage. I spent $80 on it. I have the full video review and link to this bow on the channel. The arrows that I'm running for hunting are 31-inch arrows, 340 spine, and they are about 550 grains. I draw 31 inches. I can actually draw 32 inches. I don't do it for hunting scenarios because I tend to short draw if I do it in a hunting scenario. I hunt out of the saddle, so I get in a lot of really weird angles. Doing 31 inches ensures I always hit my draw length. So, what broadheads? So, I've been running the VPA 3 blades for a lot of the season. I switched to the Zwickey Escalites, I believe these are. And I won't ever go back to a 3-blade with the trad bow. And I know Tony's in the same spot. The blood trails they produce suck in our experience. They are not good. How do you hold a bow? You make a little L and you kind of just hold it. Keep your fingers out at a 45 degree. That way your wrist is turned down. It doesn't slap your wrist. And then you want to draw until you get that back tension. You pull back and then around, lock it in. You get that nice tension between your shoulder blades, and then you release. Alf, if you have broadheads that you recommend or that you want to hook us up with, I'm open to trying other ones. As long as it's, a 2-blade design for the trad bows. And then, I really like the Zwickeys. I've gotten some fantastic blood trails with horrible entrance wounds. I'm talking high entrance wounds and no exit. And I've still gotten really, really good blood trails. So It's going to take a lot to convince me to go with another broadhead at this point. I know Tony has his own opinion. He's a big fan of the Bear Razor heads. I like them because they're sharp out of the pack. I don't like them because I don't think they're nearly as tough as they should be. And I think they're made out of not great steel. But that's my opinion. Tony likes them, form your own opinion. Grayson, what's up, brother? How are you doing? The Iron Wills. Yeah, I've heard a lot about them. I haven't bought them, so I can't really form an opinion on them. I think they're very expensive, so we'll see. The Zwickies are $30, $28 for a 3-pack, and they can be resharpened relatively easily. So I can't justify spending $120 on 3 broadheads when I have ones I like. If Iron Will reached out to us and was like, hey, will you try our broadheads and review them? I absolutely would, but... Crab, I'm not super familiar with the different types of steel. I can tell you that, some hunters with their broadheads are very about it, and there most certainly are different types of steel that stuff is cut from. I don't think these broadheads are even steel. I think these are aluminum broadheads. I don't think they're steel. But the Iron Wills, I'm pretty sure, are steel broadheads. I'd have to look into that. But the quality does matter. The quality of the steel does matter for sure. But anyways, guys, I was going to shut it down like 5 minutes ago, but I was answering some questions. So anyways, I appreciate all the chat tonight. Aluminum broadheads. Crab, dude, I'll tell you what. I took a 30-yard shot from out in my driveway. What was it? It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And that aluminum broadhead it went into the cinder block, like completely into the cinder block. So they're not as crappy as you might think. I like them, Oh, and I am shooting a Samick Sage knockoff. It's a clone of the Samick Sage, most likely made in the same factory. It's an $80 bow. It's fantastic. If you're looking into traditional archery, I would highly recommend one in a low poundage, like 30 or 35 pounds. Yeah, Crab, they probably are. I'm not super familiar with the process of making the broadheads, but they come out of the pack super sharp, and they work great. Like I said, they produce significantly better blood trails than I've had with some of the VPAs, which are steel, and they're supposed to be a good quality steel. They're super hard. Don't get me wrong. They're you could put them into a rock, and they would probably break the rock. They're super tough broadheads. But they just don't, I don't get good blood trails with them, So, and this is, 2 of the deer I shot with the VPAs, I got pass-throughs, and I still didn't get a good blood trail. On the 3 deer I've taken with the Zwickies, I've gotten a really good blood trail, and I've only had an entrance wound. So, it is what it is. Colt, what's up? Thanks for hopping on. Unfortunately, guys, I'm about to hop off. It is 10 degrees out here in my garage. It's like 5 degrees or 4 degrees outside by this point. I am heading out. I appreciate all the interaction tonight. I appreciate all the questions. I know we haven't been on for a while. Tony and I are going to try and do a better job so we can interact with you guys a little bit more. But thank you so much. It was good talking to everybody again, and I'll see you guys soon.